Everybody talks about what it's like to reach Everest Base Camp, but nobody talks about what really happens behind the scenes. So I'm talking with a longtime Everest guide to get the raw, unfiltered stories, the stuff you're not going to find on Google. So let's jump right in. I'm speaking with Mr. Dill. He is the owner and operator of the best adventure company in all of Nepal, Alpine Ramble.
Hi, namaste everyone from
Namaste.
Nepal. Yes.
And my first question, Mr. Dill, is what is the funniest story from all your years of trekking?
First of all, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Alex for making
Yes.
all these beautiful, meaningful videos that has been, the all the video that I have been looking at is very helpful. I found very helpful videos, especially for those who are planning to visit to Nepal
Mm-hmm.
and doing this same kind of adventure here. Yeah, this is very helpful. And well, coming back to your question, so there's just so many uh,
It's hard to pick one,
funny,
right?
funniest moment. Because I was working as a guide for many years before I
Mm-hmm.
established the company, or before I start the company Alpine Ramble.
Mm-hmm.
So even though when I was working as a guide, I have been leading so many different groups coming from the different trekking groups coming from the different part of the world. So
Mm-hmm.
so during my guiding life, I met one of the group. The funniest group that I have faced or experienced is, the one of my clients. She was from Australia, I guess. Uh, she
Mm-hmm.
was 45 years old, 45 or something like that. I don't exactly know the her age, but yeah, about 45 years old. She was carrying the hair dryer, which it is not, it is common, like people carrying this kind of stuff,
Hair dry.
especially the female traveler. I mean, uh, I have huge respect, but the when you look at the situation, the electricity in the mountain, they don't have electricity everywhere. So maybe for the first day or second day, she used the hair dryer, and when she crossed like Namche Bazaar, which is above the 3,400 meters, she couldn't
Yeah.
use anymore. But just she ended up carrying whole, the a whole trip without using this. And yeah, there was, I kind of like, it's a sad moment as well for me, and because she had to carry all the time. But point is that she just did not plan, she did not know about this, the electricity power
Yeah.
to be able to use it.
That's
So
yeah.
yeah,
That's probably the
yeah.
most
So
random item that someone that maybe, or is there an even more random item that someone tried to pack that maybe you were able to stop them beforehand? I guess people want to bring a lot of things on this, on the base camp trek.
exactly. So she did not mention me in the beginning before we depart. We depart from Kathmandu, but
Mm-hmm.
she just realized maybe she gonna use it everywhere at the local tea houses in the mountain. But she told me after maybe uh Dingbuche, and because she was planning to, because we had one extra day at Dingbuche where we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have one extra day for the, for the acclimatization day before we are
Mm-hmm.
approaching the more elevation than this. So she just asked me, Bill, can I use the hair dry here? I said, I'm so sorry, this place has no electricity, that this place has no power, enough power to be able to use this hair dryer. So yeah, they're kind of like the uh, funny moment for me. But she laughed as well at the same time. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel sad for her that she brought it from Australia all the way to the mountain, and it is not so much heavyweight, but it's still like taking a lot of room in the backpack. One of the funniest moment that I have ever found
Yeah.
uh, in my guiding life.
Oh man. Well, my next question is kind of a little bit of what's it like to be an Everest guide and or manage all the guides that you do, and is there one thing that maybe people don't understand what it's like to be a guide, or just if you had to sum up the biggest misunderstanding, or just a little bit behind the scenes of what it's like to be an Everest guide.
To be Everest guy, so I mean, everyone, I mean, it doesn't really matter how many qualification or how many languages you do
Mm-hmm.
speak. It doesn't really matter because if you don't know about the area or if you don't know about the trekking trail or the name of the mountain or the culture, the
Mm-hmm.
people, you are not, if you are not familiar with these things, so you don't, I mean, it doesn't really matter how many I mean, like academically, how strong you are, or the qualification wise, how strong you are. We have seen so many people. They have like the PhD, the master
Yeah.
degree in the qualification. I mean, like the very high qualification or very high strong the education background. They have no problem speaking the English because when it comes to the language, especially the English, it is one of the most important factors to be able to speak the good
Yeah.
English. I know English is very important, but at the same time, if you are not familiar with the people, the culture, the mountain, or the trekking trail, so the language is not gonna help you. I mean, you have to be strong connection with the local people, especially at the local tea houses. If people don't know you, then they never give you the good accommodation for your people or for your clients. So if you just go there, ask do you have a room available for my group? They never give you the room because this thing has to be done by the guide, not from the company. Company do
Mm-hmm.
this with the most of the things, but when it comes to the accommodation situation, we don't do the like advanced booking for the accommodation because uh, we don't know how the situation go. If we book the tea houses at Namche Bazaar, if your client is not able to get to Namche Bazaar, then what do you do? That you just have to cancel, and then you just ended up paying money, and because you never get it back. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's why we never book the tea houses in advance. We just go there, and the guide asks guide meet them at the same spot, ask the room, and get the things done, book there. So it is very easy for those who have very familiar, very strong connection with the I mean, in between the guide and the tea houses people, they get the room easily for their clients. But for
Yeah.
those who have never been to that area or that place, and they never get the room,
Yeah.
and that's going to be a
Man,
big
that's
problem.
that's great insight. Well, my next question is everyone always wants to hear the worst case scenario. So I know it's not common, but what is the worst injury or emergency that one of your clients on the base camp trek that you had to go through?
Luckily, I think we have experience, like this few people, they have struggled with the altitude. They had an altitude problem, but
Mm.
luckily we did not have any sort of experience like the roommate who had like injury, who had any
Oh,
sort
that's
of the
good. Yeah.
accident and had to do the evacuation by the helicopter. No, I would say no. I mean, because the support and care
Mm-hmm.
by our guide and the team.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Have you
was
ever had to turn somebody back that didn't want to quit? Maybe someone that thought they were strong enough to make it to the end, but they weren't, so you had them turn back.
this is good question actually, Alex. So recently, I think it is just about like 20 days ago. The
Oh.
group was coming from the US as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which part of the US, but they were a group of three people. So three ladies. Um, two of them were very strong, and one of them is, I mean, like she's heavyweight. She's
Mm-hmm. Not as
it's like
strong.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
bigger than normal people. So
Mm-hmm.
she had to quit this trek, I guess, in 3 days because she could not continue climbing
Mm.
uphill because of the maybe the oversize or
Yeah. Just yeah.
overweight. So and
Did the
then
whole
we
group
had to.
have to turn back, or did they leave her behind, or did they keep going?
I mean, I don't like all the people coming down or turning down because of the one person, because
Yeah.
the people have a dream of this. They're investing a lot of money on this, so they have. not just about money, also the time, so if they are not able to do this time, we don't know when. That's why, I always take care of the group members, meaning that, they supplying the enough supporters. Let's say if someone cannot continue or someone has a problem in the team, if someone is struggling, I just take her back or maybe stay at the same place, see how he or she feels, looking after the medication if she's not feeling well because of the altitude. Yeah.
No, that way she doesn't hold back the whole crew. Yeah. Have you ever seen there's a lot of heated emotions. Have you ever seen a fight break out, like amongst porters or guides or rival trekking companies, or is it all namaste on the mountains, or is there like any behind the scenes drama with different trekking companies, or just porters or guides getting in, or any roughhousing on the trail?
I don't think so. I have never. I personally, yeah. I
You've never
have to
seen
be
a
very
fight.
honest. I think Nepalese people are very nice people, I would say. They do respect each other very well,
Yeah,
and I think this is kind of like culture in Nepal
yeah.
that we don't have this kind of conflict in between the guide or company. But some guide, like having said that, everyone is not the same, right? So
Hmm.
sometimes I think I heard by some of the guide that like they have a conflict in between the guide, and guide. So like
Hmm.
company to company, different company. In our case, I think I would say none, not any kind of like a war or fight that they had
Hmm.
to uh,
No fights.
face or they
Okay.
had to experience. No, no, yeah. All the guys that we have is very strong, very honest, very loyal,
Yeah.
very hardworking. They're very kind, very friendly. They just wipe each other very well. They just
Yeah. Yeah. What about like the porters and guides talk about while on the trail? That was one of the things on my base camp of like, are they talking about what's going in the next village coming up and the next, or is it just talking about sports or family, or I've always wondered like what the conversation is like between porters and guides on the trail.
well, the most of the time, if I'm not wrong, so most of the time, the guide and porter would spend talking about how to make the things better in the for the team, so how to make the best contribution for their clients. So these are the primary, I guess, the mainly they talk about this
Yeah.
topic. Porter is not, they're not being porter for lifetime, so they're just going to learn, learning by working.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
as I said, like I was also working as a porter in the beginning, and when I was working as a porter, I wanted to spend my most of the time with my clients,
Hmm.
learning or practicing my language, how to speak the English, and how to react with the people, how to answer the questions, all that. Apart from that, I was also talking to my guide a lot, because despite carrying all the heavy weight or overload or overweight, I was always trying to catch my guide, trying to walk alongside him to be able to learn something about the area, the culture, and how the guide, do their job best, and also to be able to learn about the mountain, name of the mountain, every corner of the mountain, all the height of the mountain. Apart from that, they have like a different topic conversation as well. Sometimes, like entertaining, sometimes dancing, sometimes they will be talking about your community, because all the guide and porter, we have like Nepal is, it's not just rich in the culture, but all, not just rich in nature, but also culturally we are very diverse, very rich country. So we have 125 different ethnic groups in Nepal. So
Wow.
we have, yeah, we have a different dialogues, different languages, different custom, different dress to wear, different
Hmm.
New Year to celebrate.
Nice, nice, good, good. What's the one question, or like, what's the most common question that every trekker asks that maybe annoys you, or just kind of like the most common question that just that you hear from trekkers on the base camp trek?
The most frequently asked question was, I guess, the Wi-Fi.
Really?
I wouldn't say
Okay.
just one questions. I wouldn't say just one. I would say the Wi-Fi, the type of the tea houses,
Mm-hmm.
the electricity power, the
Gotcha.
laundry, the sour, the hot sour. I
Yeah,
think the 4 or 5 different things which are the most asked question to me. Yeah,
the
mainly
bathrooms.
yeah, mainly the tea house, the room, like what type of the room that we would expect during our Everest Base Camp trip. So yeah, I have been sharing some of the picture of the tea houses because I have collected so many pictures of
Yeah.
the
What what's what's one moment on the trail that made you emotional? Especially even with all your years of trekking experience in Nepal, is there any type of, or is there, what's the most emotional experience or memory that you have?
Well, if I'm talking about myself, I would say the most emotional part of my life while climbing or in my career is maybe climbing Mount Everest. I did back in 2016. It was not just about my dream, also the dream of my family because they all belong to the mountain and like they know that I'm working in the tourism in the
Mm-hmm.
mountain. So my parents are living in the mountain, doing all the farming, everything. I was also grow and raised up in the mountain. When I was working with the one of the working for one of the company. I mean, it was very much struggling for me to find the job here, working as a porter. Even the the if you say I can carry so many backpack, I can carry maybe more than my actual weight, but people barely trust you. So unless you show the work to them, so it was in the beginning. It was very hard for me to get the porter job as well. When I get the porter job, it was, I mean, working, finding the porter job at the age of 14 was quite tough. It could have been very challenging if people born in the city. But for me, I was born in the mountain, carrying, working in the farm almost every day with my family there because we had to work. If we don't work in the farm, then we don't know. I mean, we don't get the food to eat. So that's the we had to do that. That was my best, kind of like my emotional, the best thing in my life. Then working as a porter, then after I work as a guide, and then sometimes I used to call. I'm very proud to be the mountain man.
Man, well, thank you. I got one more question, and that's, what do you wish more trekkers knew before showing up to Kathmandu? If you were talking to someone of like, you could definitely prepare as much as you can, but what's the one thing you wish they knew before getting there?
I mean, when it comes to travel, you have to be aware about your safety as well. So. Um Yeah, so I have been recommending so many people before they coming to Nepal, making sure to go to meet your doctor, especially for those the adventurers who are coming to, I mean, who is coming to Nepal for trekking purpose or climbing purpose. Go and meet your doctor, get the prescription how to use the Diamox. If you are going to the higher elevation area of the mountain. You are expecting as you go higher elevation area of the mountain, the thinner air you get there. The people coming from the sea level going to the high mountain. It's a very common to get the altitude sickness. So which is we most frequently we experience with our trekking group here. So some people they just come to Nepal without knowing about this altitude. If just in case if they get the altitude, if they suffer by the altitude sickness, then they don't know how to prevent it. So sometimes if you just, I mean, it is going to be the best that if you go to or if you consult with your doctor or get some prescription to use the Diamox. Diamox is the one of the medication to use altitude sickness or to use to help prevent, like a
Yeah,
prevention,
yeah,
for
yeah.
the prevention purpose that we use this medication for the altitude. Using Diamox is nothing wrong, but if if you don't know how to use the diamonds, then it is going to going to destroy your life. So that's why, I mean, it can be some of the effects on is very serious, very, it could be very dangerous as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
it can kill the people as well. So that's why maybe
Yeah.
one of the my best advice, if I have to give the advice, I would say maybe go and meet your doctor, get the prescription, and get the diamonds, and get all the prescription, how to use it and what to do, what not to do, these kind of things. I think that because you're gonna get this kind of instructor here, our by our local guide as well. But guide is not as a, not like a doctor. You know, they can. I mean, they don't have a certification of the
Yeah.
doctor, so they can give you based on their experience. But they are not the doctor at the end, so you have to, you know, you have to consult with the doctor. And for the safety reason, I would highly recommend all the people, all the nice people who are I mean, we were planning to come to Nepal for this kind of trekking or climbing purpose. Please go and meet the doctor, get the prescription, and yeah, making sure you are in safe side. I mean,
Yeah. That's great. Good.
safety matters.
Safety, yeah. Oh man, well, thank you so much, Mr. Dill, and everyone watching. I have a whole video series on Everest Base Camp you can watch, and if you want to go to Everest Base Camp yourself, check the description for Alpine Ramble's link. They have treks all over Nepal, and would highly recommend booking with them. Mr. Dill, thank you so much again for your time, and yeah, namaste, my friend.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for your all the effort that you have been putting on this, you know, like meaningful videos that you have been making. We are so grateful to have you as our good friend, Alex. We miss you, man, and hopefully this video will be a little bit helpful for the people who ever want to come to Nepal. I don't mind personally. I mean, answering all the questions or any thought that people may have on their trip to Nepal. They can maybe email me, give me a call, or maybe send all the inquiry that I can help. I mean, I can try my best to help the things for them as well in the best way possible. But anyway, thank you, Alex. It's been such a beautiful moment talking to you, and
Yeah.
it's so nice seeing you after a long time, man.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll see you on the trail.
All right, man. See you soon. Namaste, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Namaste. That's a wrap for today's episode of Alex Travels Far podcast. Thanks for coming along on this journey. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Want more travel stories? You can find me on YouTube at Alex Travels Far Vlogs, where I share even more adventures and in-depth travel guides. Want exclusive travel tips and behind-the-scenes updates? Sign up for the Alex Travels Far newsletter. You'll get exclusive vlog updates, exact Google Map locations, expert travel tips. It's free, no spam, just real travel insights straight to your inbox. Sign up now at alextravelsfar.com. Until next time, keep exploring, keep traveling, and as always, travel far.